Good morning, my loves. Happy Friday from the lake. Beautiful, absolutely glorious morning, as always. High today is cooled off. Yesterday was, I want to say 116 on the way home. Yeah, today is 106. And tomorrow, I think the next few days, is actually under 100. That is huge. So that's a cold snap for us. You will see people in parkas and scarves and breaking out cashmere sweaters. I'm kidding. It is a cold snap, but we're very appreciative of the cooler weather. Interesting topic today. So, as you know, on Friday we discuss self care and acknowledging and appreciating who we are, right? I want you to think about something. Okay, you are not the same person you were, not knowing your age, 20 years ago, right? 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe even a year ago. Look at everything that's happened in your life. Everything, how far you've come, everything you've accomplished, everything you've overcome. For me, oh my, I was a nurse, a single mom. I've survived divorce. I survived the loss of a child, the loss of my parents. I survived cancer. Next Wednesday, Wednesday the 25th, we celebrate 10 years being cancer-free. That's huge. That's a lot to survive. I survived moving 1,200 miles to start a new life, moving from the Midwest to the Southwest. That was big. Just look at everything you have survived, where you are now. And I want you to take that in. I want you to appreciate and to see yourself for who you are. The courage, the strength, the stamina, the stubbornness, everything it took to get you where you are today. It's not easy. We know that. Making it through college, not easy. Getting married, marriage, relationships, oh, honey, that's hard. No matter how much you love each other, it's still work. It's never a piece of cake. It's, because you have good days, you have bad days, they have good days, they have bad days. It's teamwork, learning to work together toward a common goal. And then parenthood. Wow. That is a forever job. And you just do it. There are books, but honey, there are no books. You just wing it. And you have mentors that have wonderful, loving, successful families. Let them be your guideposts and your mentors. If you have questions, ask for help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. Nobody has all the answers. Don't compare yourself to other people. Just be you. Do the best you can. Look at everything you've overcome. Illness. Whether it's heart attack, stroke, car accidents, cancer, like myself. I have clients due to car accidents that are paraplegics, amputees. I have several in the hospital right now with horrible injuries. Honey, you're going to get through it. It's not going to be easy. It may be a whole new way of life, but you're here. God put you here for a reason. Don't give up. See it through. You're on this planet for a reason, so go with that. Trust it. There's more to you than your title, than being mom or dad, being a doctor, a lawyer, whatever. There's more to you. There's what's inside of you. And those are the gifts that we have been blessed with, that we are to share with others. That's what it's about. That's why we're here. To share our gift with other people, to lift each other up, to nurture each other, to respect each other, to be kind and compassionate. That's why we're here. It's not about the money. It's not about the stuff. That's just kind of the accessories, the cool accessories. It really, bottom line, when you're dead and gone, nobody in heaven is really going to give a rat's ass. Truly. and I say this with all sincerity, God does not care that I drive a BMW. He could care less. He does not care where you live, what designer clothes you wear, what fragrance you wear, who you date, who you hang out with, who you know, how much money is in your bank account. Really doesn't care. If anything, my opinion, it's how do you live your life and how do you treat others with all these blessings? With all these other things going on in your life, how do you still treat other people? So people who are wealthy, well-to-do, financially stable, they have great jobs or, whatever. That's great. Good for you. How do you treat everybody else? How do you treat somebody in the grocery store? How do you treat your server in a restaurant? How do you treat the airline attendants? How do you treat your neighbors? That's what counts. End of the day, that's what really counts. Nothing else. So look at everything that you have overcome. Look where you are today and who you are today. Look at your life. I'm proud of you for everything you have fought through, clawed through, and made it. I am proud of you. I know people, of course, that are parents and single parents and doctors and nurses and attorneys and judges, and the list goes on and on. I know a lot of state and federal police officers. That is a tough job. That is a very tough job. I know a lot of folks in the military and veterans. Talk about a thankless job. You think parenthood is thankless? So is being a soldier. Because people's attitudes are, it's what you signed up for. What do you expect? Seriously? Come on. Be compassionate, be kind. Because that's how we want to be treated. So extend that courtesy to others. But I want you today to step back and look at you. Everything you have overcome, everything you have accomplished, everything that you have achieved, and take pride in that. That's a lot. And for some people, you're saying, well, I didn't go to college. Okay. You didn't go to college. That doesn't make you a bad person. No, that was a choice. Okay. But look at everything you've still accomplished. You're a good soul. You're a beautiful soul. God has you here for a reason, whether you went to college or not. That's beside the point. And that's one of the accessories. Look at your heart. That's what matters. Your mind. That's what matters. How you treat each other and how you treat yourself. How you look at yourself. Look at yourself with love and compassion and understanding. Forgive yourself for your mistakes, especially for the past mistakes. Sometimes people do the best they can in a situation. I deal with a lot of people who were abused as children, and they carry a lot of guilt. Honey, you handled that situation the best you could at the time. You did the best you could as a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, and that's okay. You did the best you could, and you survived. Let's take pride in that. So give yourself a little grace, a little compassion, a little love, because it's all about self-care. Seeing yourself for who you are as you are, accepting yourself for who you are as you are, is self-care. And I am so proud of you. Now, a side note, my lovely companion, Finn the cat, has gone back to bed. He has a special visitor coming today. I'm working from home, and the vet is coming. I have a mobile vet, and he gets his first checkup and some little shots in his tushy, microchipped, and we are discussing when he's going to be neutered. Yeah, we'll probably talk about that in whispers. He doesn't need to know, but I'm sure he'll be back around talking loudly very soon. So have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Be proud of yourself, honey, for all that you've made it through, because I'm proud of you.